how do you remove a heavy engine out of a camper van? Or future camper van at least.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jenny.
We have bought a Mercedes Sprinter W907.
And we'll be converting it into a camper van to go to travel in the UK and Europe. Welcome to the channel.
Hi guys.
And together
We're the Mayor
Smiths. Push, push, push! Look at this, guys. The driveway is a mess. It's wet and it's muddy.
The wheels of the crane are digging into the ground. We've definitely had some bad weather.
This is why we decided to pull the van forward. It's easier for the crane to pull the engine out. Keep going. So whilst Ryan is trying to disconnect the engine and the van, we need your help. We've picked up a list of 9 names. What we want you to do is pick 3, your favorite 3, so that we can give a great name to a lovely van, soon to be a working van again.
So we weren't going to take the gearbox out, but the gearbox is covered in oil, so we've basically taken the drive shaft off instead, and we're going to take the gearbox out with the engine. The van's on a bit of a slope and it's very, very difficult to get the engine out, but we're nearly there.
You had to set up the crane and disconnect things slowly. And then we decided to pull the engine forward using the car so that it's easier for Ryan to disconnect things at the back.
Oh shit.
What? It's digging into the concrete. The wheels of the crane are digging into the concrete.
We're not sure about this either.
We're not sure what's happening, and then it's bending. The crane, this was about to come off.
Yeah, but we didn't bolt it together properly.
Yeah, it's really bad.
We did bolt it together. We forgot to tighten that bolt, didn't
What?
we?
Okay. What else?
So the exhaust is on the steering rack.
Oh shit.
So we can't lift it. We can't lift it because of the gearbox there stuck at the back, and obviously we can't lift it past here. So I don't know if I need to disconnect the steering rack or not in order to lift that over. Another solution would be to disconnect the turbo here and maybe disconnect it with that way. But we're getting there. It's just, it won't be in this week's video unfortunately, but next week we will have the engine out finally. One thing I have also found out is, so we've got a lot of oil in the back here, and I actually think that the oil cooler is gone. So because of the oil cooler being gone, I think that, I'm not sure about the head gasket now, to be honest, because it does give the same symptoms, although it did fail a toxin test. So I think that there's still toxins in the head, so I'm still going to have to take the head off anyway. But yeah, find out what's going to happen next, really. As always, you know, it's just always going to be longer than it was expected. So please, you know, follow and find out what's happening next.
We're defeated this week. Not really. Right, Ryan? We'll keep going.
We'll keep going. Next week's another week, right? But we've got Christmas break now, so after Christmas we'll get started on her again.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to throw a tarpaulin over the engine just in case.
Yeah, well, we don't want to leave it unsecured. Push, push, push!
If only my videographer would help, you know.
But who's going to hold the camera, right?
Right. He's going to film the struggles.
Yeah. You're doing really well, darling. Amazing work.
Thanks, darling.
So nothing left but to put everything away and hope for the best for next week. It's like raining. I don't know if you can see it. So we need to cover the engine because it's exposed to the elements.
You caught me.
What you doing, darling? What you doing, baby?
Covering the engines and the electricals that are just in case, because the thing is we're leaving it for 3 days, so there's obviously Christmas, so we had a sheet here, so I thought I might as well just be safe, Victoria.
Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you in the next video.